Okay, this one, this this video caught my like the name like actually like really interesting. I'm ready. This anime makes the future terrifying. Like these days with like how many animes are actually fucking like making everything you believe in or everything you've ever known terrifying. For someone to be like out of everything that like these days like makes me fucking scared, this one takes the cake. So I want to fucking like know what the fuck he's talking about. English.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Let me do my intro first. I've watched a whole bunch of shows lately. Madoka Magica, Akame ga Kill, Recreators, and if we take one of those shows at random. Okay, Madoka Magica. I would rather be punched in the ass than rewatch Madoka Magica. But if we waited a few years, would I feel the same? Taste fluctuates constantly, much like my race online. One moment, no, I'm black. Then I get caught saying something else crazy. No, I was Chinese the whole time. Sometimes you gotta let things marinate. I couldn't watch Psycho Pass when I was 14 or something, but could that have changed? The show's premise has always been captivating. Imagine this. 100 years in the future, this cop rolls up under torrential rainfall, and the first thing anyone really says to her is, "These are your coworkers, kill them whenever you want." Because it's the future. They live in a time where a man's mind is wide open to anyone with the right machine. The right machine just happens to be a gun that scans your brain. And if it decides that one day you will commit a crime, the police are allowed to execute you at their leisure. These are the hunting dogs used by the government. Enforcers deemed too dangerous to be a part of society, but useful enough to be enslaved for their dirty work.
Wait, are you telling me that like out of every anime, so like let's say like fucking well no yeah it makes the future terrifying like Ghost in the Shell like fucking like yeah I don't fucking know it is Psychopath. I want to know why. I really want to know why. Like this is, but like it sounds dystopian enough. But like, this is actually really, really fascinating. Like I'm really curious to know why he finds it like why this was the one that fucking like made him scared. Especially since you fucking mentioned Madoka Magica and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah. Since man is okay, but Psychopath not the fuck.
But we're on the move. Kane is pointing her gun at any homeless person who moves. Oh, bitch, you're making me anxious. Watch your finger. Watch your finger. The man they're after has followed the rules his entire life. Till work stresses him out one day. And one of those guns just decided his life is worthless. I can't get married. I can't get a job. My life is worthless now. What do I... I gotta capture a woman and run around with it. Now I'll shoot the Robocops. Huh? The good guys win. But that woman, doused in red mist, her mental status couldn't possibly be healthy.
Mr. Masaoka?
This is her first day on the job. It's so inventive.
Best first day ever. I cannot believe that we get some like some people they get their jobs, right? They get to a new job. People like tell them all hello. Some people even throw like a small welcoming like event when they start their job, and they don't get that. Like what the fuck? Like we talk about like social inequalities all the time, right? In the media. This is what I call social inequality. Like some people get it better than you know, and we should fight to fucking like make it so like we at least get the chance to fucking like to have the choice.
And the setting is methodical. This guy has a robot arm, and no one says shit about his robot arm. It's the future. Why would they mention that? That'd be like saying, I see your legs are gone. Their Keurigs can make any meal with a precise amount of calories. You can wear holograms as clothes. It's as if the writers vacation here. They've considered questions that only a resident of a terrifying dystopia ever could. But
So Psychopath is actually an old anime. It's like more than 10 year, 10 year. Like it is like uh like it is Psychopath, right? Yeah, it is Psychopath. Psychopath, just to give you like how clever and inventive, and actually like how intelligent like the Psychopaths. Psychopaths got released in 2012. So this is actually like really, really fascinating.
But I quit this anime when I was young. How could I quit? Her head was too big. Big ass head. It bothered me deeply. I wanted to grab her by the shoulders and go like a pit bull interacting with a fresh toddler. And English dubs were my thing. The only issue with English dubs is that they usually suck. My interpretation of who Akane was didn't line up with the studio's intent. Dissonance. I've aged a bit, gone around the block, and learned to appreciate dubs all over again. Because I get too stoned to fucking read. Some of my friends can't wrap their head around that.
You're asking me that after what happened.
Why are you watching this in English?
Woman, I'm trying to listen.
Civil's judgment of my job aptitude.
The Japanese version sounds much better.
The standards for the PSB are top careers too.
This dub sucks.
Shut up! Just picked a different job.
What do my new eyes see? A gargantuan head, yes, but also some incredible writing. This character, I hated her more than anyone, and if you watch the show, you might get where I'm coming from. She's that.
Sometimes that's what the fucking author tries to make you fucking try to how it makes you wanna fucking react, fucking disliking something. Like there's an art of making you like a protagonist, antagonist, like make you like a character. But there's also an art of like making you fucking despise someone to the point where you're like, fuck you. Like you're watching the fucking like, and it's just like, fuck you.
I'll just leave my shit out. Surely no one will steal it.
Type of person. Her partner is way cooler. Don't leave your shit out. Homeless people will eat you and the things you like. He's seen it all. This should have been the main character. You watch him kick ass. It's him who pulls the trigger. The anime industry likes placing this type of guy in the lead role. But then Akane sees some real shit. That was crazy. Next episode. Oh God. Next. What is going on here? Her character is tested, and the unrealistic side of her evaporates before your eyes. This character isn't naive. She's just sane as fuck. The things that frustrated me are now things I respect about her. I'm not gonna claim that all of the characters are this good. There's some weirdos. I'm gonna spoil you a little bit. This part doesn't matter. I'm just letting you know. Women have been disappearing left and right. All high school aged and all later found in pieces. What happens when the show dives into the distorted mind of the woman behind it all?
Kierkegaard had a philosophy my father liked. He said man is superior to animals because man has two aspects, the physical and the eternal.
I'm sitting here thinking, bitch, are you just saying all this to yourself? You can't just do evil things and quote Copernicus like that makes sense. Be reasonable. It was weird because the show finally hooked me. The dystopian setting and the questions the show forces you to ask yourself, they're magnetic. All for this chick to trample on it. Do they expect me to nod my head when she's saying crazy shit like, oh, true, society do be like that? I was fed up. Then the good guys have a conversation while examining her victims where one is like, whoa, there's so much depth behind these killings. No, this bitch is very stupid. You can write dumb characters, just call them out. It's incredible how realistic the show. You can write dumb characters, just call them out. It's
While editing, I actually caught how many layers there was to this scene. She's very pretentious, and you can see that one of the characters picks up on it in this conversation, but it's one of those things that you wouldn't notice unless you're rewatching. Actually, cool.
Incredible how realistic the show can be. The first layer of enjoying Psychopaths is the feeling that I can experience this fucked up world without actually having to go there. It's like watching YouTube shorts about Britain. The holograms, the food, the guns, they feed your brain. But on layer 2, you feel like you're watching people trapped behind your monitor. I can adopt the stress this girl feels because she seems real. There's this one scene where old boy gets laid out. Boom, boom! He's laying on the floor like, ah! He fucking, ah! Damn! And Akane arrives with this wise old detective. My first thought was, one of you needs to help your boy, and the other one needs to check the area and make sure there's no bad guys. I'm a gamer, so these Navy SEALs-like strategies are second nature to me. But somehow, Akane was thinking the same thing. Anime characters are fucking idiots. How often do writers force their characters into making stupid decisions to stress you out? Madoka Magica characters act as infinite cortisol machines, not humans. The writers dispense with realism in order to make a more eventful plot. The writers of this show, however, devise the perfect solution. They make the most human, the most reasonable option, also the most fucked up one. They're split up. They no longer have an advantage over the bad guys, and that's what's stressful. I believe this character and the situation she's found herself in. But have you ever noticed Donald Trump in anime? It's weird, right? Anime feels like an insulated industry, just capped off from the outside world. You watch South Park, they're making fun of Mexicans, they have Kanye West in their show, everyone's having a good time. The Amazing World of Gumball, made for kids, yet references Portal, Final Fantasy, and even Shadow of the Colossus. How is Trump the ultimate fucking anime cameo? It's so surreal every time. There are so little references to real-life people and things that happen outside of anime. It's jarring when they actually do happen. Or I'm projecting my feelings onto you, I don't know. My point is, Psycho Pass is not built like that. It takes place in the future, so they're not going to name drop Andrew Schultz. But they're constantly integrating philosophers, poets, and artists that really existed. This guy says some real shit every time he's on screen, so I just shut up and listen.
Are you familiar with Rousseau?
No?
The philosopher?
That's right. Specifically, his work, A Discourse on Inequality.
What?
Oh, hold on a
You
sec.
actually know
I'll just
things?
look it up.
I've genuinely learned while watching this show. Plato's theory of forms, for example. With enough pressure, human beings are capable of converting Plato into spaghetti and various types of dinosaurs. Holy fuck! I think these people have lived on the same planet as me, which is more than I can say for a lot of shows. I connect with it in a deeper way than just appreciating the cool shit on screen, but it's for
This is actually an interesting take where, like, yeah, it's true that, like, anime, I feel very disconnected with, like, I think that, like, there is, like, less of this product placement type of style of, like, media where, like, they really portray, like, something different. But also, like, they portray Japan. Japan is quite fucking, like, different than the Western, like, Western countries. So usually, like, because like most stuff, I don't even know, but like his take is really good. Like you don't learn much stuff about like the real world in the world of fucking anime. Like it is this disconnected. I must admit, like kind of fucked me up with this this take because like it is right. I never noticed that. Like it's true.
For that reason that I think it's more adult anime. People say Berserk is intended for a mature audience, and I'm like, no the fuck it isn't. The average Berserk fan is 13. Berserk doesn't require any life experience to enjoy. If you like seeing shit chopped into pieces, you're probably gonna like Berserk. There's a mountain of depth that you gain access to as you mature, but the events in the story by themselves are interesting in Sigma. The show is a little harder to get into. The main character isn't a raging badass. There isn't always action or romance, but I'm more interested in philosophy now. I'm more fascinated with the march of technology and enjoy picking apart what the writers are trying to communicate through their storytelling. These are things I gave way less of a fuck about when I was younger. I just wanted to goon and eat licorice. 8.5 out of 10. I like it more than this, but less than this. The quality of writing is great, but it's a kind of a hard watch if that makes sense. Noragami, casual. Dissociate during the plot, who cares? Psycho Pass, dial the fuck in. If a woman is berating you over watching the English dub, it will be hard to understand.
Seriously?
She sounds like a 30-year-old.
Listen, this is a fucking heavy dialogue anime.
Sorry. Can you endure this torture?
I don't know how I can endure you, Fumi. It's getting harder and harder by the moment.
Subscribe. I do this sort of thing when I can. And comment. I read those.
This was an interesting take. Psychopath is on my watch list. I didn't got the time, but like this was really an interesting take. Like, thank you, Scumbally Reviews, for your. This is really, really fascinating. The fact that it's true that how can I say it? Like it's true that like people might mention the real world in anime. It's not like